welcome. Coleman Report Live, Paycheck Protection Program Edition. Chris Hearn, our contributing Coleman contributor. Chris is the Amazon bestseller author, in addition to being head of the fountainhead CEO and founder, The Entrepreneur's Secret to Creating Wealth. When's your next book coming out, Chris?
It's been delayed indefinitely.
It's been delayed. I did not mean to put you on the spot. I thought it was...
No, I haven't thought about it much, but yeah, it's about 2/3 done, and it will be put off on the back burner for a little while.
All right. Hey, let's go to the poll questions. Which means, guys, you advance the slide. There we go.
It's Friday.
How are SBA 7A lenders going to make money on the Paycheck Protection Program? Say that fast 3 times in a row. Upfront fees, sale to the secondary market, developing a banking relationship. I don't know.
Well, I think there's a good answer here, Bob.
Which isn't listed, by the way.
Yeah.
What didn't I list, Chris?
Well, it's technically the processing fee, but that people may have interpreted that as the upfront fees.
Yeah, there's a processing / servicing fee, and Chris, it's in the bill.
How much is it, Lance?
I'm not. I saw the percent. Is it 1%?
No, it's 1% for loans made over $2 million. It's 3% for loans between $350 and $2 million. And then loans of $350 or less will be 5%.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Quick question on your understanding, because you had a fantastic LinkedIn post today that I enjoyed. Interest rates on the Paycheck Protection Program. A lot of confusion out there. Is it normal SBA Prime Plus, or is it 4%?
It's a maximum of 4%. So presumably the industry will just consolidate around all 4%. Yeah, we certainly tried to get it Prime plus 275 because that mechanism already exists. That would have helped a lot of folks. But they want to keep it very, very low price. So that's 4%.
Oh, Chris, the only reason I asked that question, Chris, is it's important to get a little clarity. So many people are calling me like they are you, Chris, and they're asking for these loans, and they're seeing stuff online. And so, and some lenders have asked me, are we charging normal interest rates? And I've seen the same thing that you, Chris, 4%.
Yeah. There's a lot of confusion out there. I've actually had to send a couple emails to people that are distributing stale information because unfortunately this bill went through so many iterations that people don't always have the final version of what is now, what did pass through the Senate unanimously, and hopefully will be on the floor today, on the floor of the House today.
Yeah, and remember, SBA has the final say when they issue guidance to us. Chris, any idea what the secondary market is going to look like on this?
I have some ideas. We are in lots of discussion with folks, the usual suspects and others. There's definitely going to be some value to these loans. Okay, but it's a short duration value. So what I mean by that is at 4% deferred for first 6 months. Forgiveness after that. I think the way the calculation is going to come out on the forgiveness and the intention is that a lot of these loans are going to be fully forgiven, 100% of the principal, which doesn't leave much in the way of a secondary market participant to do something with after the fact. So I think what you're going to see is some of the folks, instead of buying a comparable risked treasury and with a duration, you could buy this paper if you can withstand not getting paid the first 6 months, and then you're making about 3.5 times that. So that would imply, I don't know, somewhere in the 101, 102, maybe a little bit more, I would think. But we'll know more hopefully soon. Just like hopefully we'll know a lot more soon.
Bob Judge of Government Loan Solutions was on with us earlier this week, and he said the same thing, 1 to 2%.
Oh, well, I haven't had time to get on earlier. But that's good. I'm glad Bob and I are thinking alike on this.
Yeah. And again, the fees, they're not going to change the interest rate. That's by statute. But the fees may change. Other things may change when SBA gets it. Do you agree with the non-recourse, no personal guarantee proposal for the Paycheck Protection Program?
It's
Bob,
not a proposal. It's in the final bill that was passed the Senate, so it's going to be in the next one too.
Yeah, but do you agree with it?
Yeah,
I'll let Lance answer that first.
yeah, the interesting thing about no personal guarantees, and Bob, on a personal level, I agree with it. On a participant banker level, this is going to be something that's interesting to see how banks. The thing about the Paycheck Protection Program loans, 100% guarantee, but no personal guarantees, no collateral,
No life insurance.
reasonably low interest rates. You're relying fully. This is one of those times, Chris, this is a time when we're going to have to rely fully on the SBA guarantee.
Yes. Yes.
The only reason I bring that up is you have lenders who historically may have not handled servicing and liquidation, may have had some trouble getting paid on a guarantee. And, this PPP program is going to make you rely fully on the SBA guarantee because there's no personal guarantees, no collateral to go after. The liquidation process is going to be a 10-tab purchase package, which, Bob, I like that because I am a 10-tab purchase package long-time expert, but you're going to have to rely fully on the SBA guarantee. So my question is, and this should be a poll question, how comfortable, what are the results of this, but how comfortable are they with non-recourse?
Well,
there's no risk to the lender. They're getting out of it 100%. The bill doesn't.
Unless they, to Lance's point, unless they don't comply fully, dot all their I's, cross all their T's.
Well, I read somewhere in the bill that they're not going to hold the lenders to the same standard as they would a regular 7A.
And that's an important thing to be. That's important to be in the bill, Bob, because I lived through the ARA loans, the Jobs Act loans, and saw lenders. The ARA loans had a form that you had to complete, and if you did not have that form in your file, you really got some pushback on getting the guarantee paid. That's when I was at SBA. So, one thing I want to strongly encourage everybody is understand what's required, make sure that and it's true with any SBA loan, but make sure.
As we said, we'll get more guidance from SBA on this, hopefully by April 14th, and we'll figure that out. Hey, Katie, bring us
a lot sooner than April 14th. I said hopefully a lot sooner than April 14th.
Oh, hopefully, yeah. Katie, what's going on with the House vote today?
So I'm kind of watching on the side here to see what's going on, and it looks like they're just finishing up the debates. Pelosi is addressing the House right now. They're prepared to vote today. They were originally saying about 2 hours after they convened this morning, and it looks like that 2 hours has passed. So they were probably waiting for everyone to get there because it looks like possibly Representative Thomas Massey from Kentucky is considering asking for a recorded vote rather than a voice vote, meaning we would need all of the House members to show up in DC for a roll call.
At least half plus one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have members of Congress right now that are in quarantine because they've tested positive, including my congressman here in Florida.
Yeah, you have two who have the coronavirus.
Right, exactly. So, this would.
And then there's a bunch more that are in quarantine. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, now go back to that slide. If he does not, go back to the slide. Thank you. If Massey does not ask for a recorded vote, it passes. It can pass without a quorum.
Right.
Well, they do a voice vote.
It should be able to pass then today if they're able to.
I have no idea what the man's supposedly he's upset that the Kennedy Center got funded for $35 million and he only wants $25 million. Anyway, thank you very much, Katie. I want to recap these, and these are going to be the 4 primary programs that you are going to be involved with as a 7A lender. From what we can determine, 7A is not going to change. Everything's going to remain the same. Express, the only change that I see in there, Lance and Chris, is it's going to go up to $1 million. Any other changes that when you were going through the bill, Chris, that you saw?
Let me talk briefly about the Express Pilot Program, which is now in place for the COVID. The Express Pilot Program that was used back during,
Turn your phone off, Lance.
Oh, I can't help it, Bob. That's my dad's store
Oh,
phone.
that's your dad's line.
But
Pull the plug.
The Express Pilot Program, which was used during some of the previous hurricanes, was intended to provide quick interim financing to people who are impacted by the coronavirus and the economic impact. The Express Pilot Program, you can only do it with an existing bank customer. You still have to meet credit elsewhere. You can only do one Express Pilot loan per applicant. You can do up to $25,000. It's still just the basic 50% guarantee, 7-year term, no secondary market sales. The purpose is to support and provide the funds to help a business survive. You can use normal Express interest rates, 6.5 over prime, and no collateral is required. Only existing Express lenders can do these, but they're intended to be an interim loan prior to the Paycheck Protection loan or interim loan prior to the EIDL loan. So you as an Express, now you still do the normal Express forms and process, but you as an Express lender can do an interim loan of $25,000, no collateral, to get them to the point where they're receiving funding from one of the other SBA disaster programs. So I just wanted to mention a few details. There's an information notice that's out, and those who participated back when Hurricane Harvey and some of the other, it's the same pilot program that was used at that time. Its intent is to get money in their hands today and eventually be taken out by the other loan programs.
Hey, Chris, when you're in your review of the bill, any other changes to the Express program?
Not that I saw, but again, it's possible they may come out with some tweaks when we get the guidance, hopefully next week or way before April 14th. The other thing you didn't list, and I don't know if you've talked about this earlier this week, but there was also $17 billion in the bill for principal and interest payments for existing 7A and 504 loans. Did you talk about that?
No, tell me about that.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. There's $17 billion that was part of the $2 trillion bill that was geared for existing 7A and 504. We believe existing 504 and 7A lenders to cover 6 months of principal and interest payments for existing loans. But again, guidance is going to have to come out because there's literally like 2 sentences about it. So that's important. That's a lot of money. Yeah.
The other thing, Chris, that I'd like to ask you about, because I'm getting this call all the time, and I have my understanding. I just want to make sure you concur. The bump in the 7A loan up to $10 million is only for the Paycheck Protection Program, correct, or Payroll Protection Program. It's not.
That's right.
Not a $10 million bump in the regular 7A.
No, that's right. You're correct. That's my understanding as well, Lance. And the other thing is, which I've heard from some people, is there's, again, the way the legislation reads at the moment is a little, it leaves something to interpretation. It's a little vague in certain places. One of the things I was going to talk about was the 100% guarantee. The intention there is these Paycheck Protection Program loans, 7A relief loans that are made from the time it's the issuance, which is hopefully soon, until the end of this calendar year, not fiscal year, the end of this calendar year, they will all have 100% government guarantees. They don't revert to the normal guarantee amount after December 31st. But if the program is extended, any new relief loans after that may in fact be at the lower guarantee amount. And certainly the lower guarantee amount, the normalized guarantee amount is going to apply for any normal 7As that you might make during this time as well.
Yeah. Well, this has just happened so quickly. We have no idea what December is going to look like anyway. Hey, Chris, we brought you in because I want you to tell us about sausage making.
No, you don't. You really don't.
Chris
I've rarely
read
been as
the page.
frustrated as I've been over the last week.
Chris
Frustrated,
read
yet
this
at the same
page.
time, I've been proud about how
And this
fast
was in the
Washington has
bill.
moved. Yeah.
And what was your takeaway when you read this? Chris?
Oh, you want me to say that on camera?
That's what I mean by sausage making.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, I thought you meant like generalities because I've been in the thick of it. Yeah, I kind of freaked out a little bit a couple days ago at some of the folks and said, yeah, if you don't have I'll tell you the gist of it is I said, if you don't have an affirmative provision in here that these loans, once a lender makes these loans, they can immediately sell them on the secondary market and or put them to the SBA, as opposed to waiting for the deferment period, the first 6 months, and then as it currently stands, there's going to be a few months left to factor the forgiveness period and whatnot. If a lender has to makes these loans and wants to participate and then has to wait maybe 9 months or more to actually derive much income other than the processing fee at the beginning, I said, you're going to have a disproportionate amount, a third, maybe half of all the existing SBA participating lenders who won't participate in these loans, particularly because the 4% is either at or more than, or excuse me, their cost of funds plus their expenses is at or more than that 4%. And so I said it a little less diplomatically than I'm right now, but I basically said, unless you want to just, feather the wallets of the too big to fail banks or nationalize the banks, this is a really epically stupid thing to do. So they did, in fact, the last version of the bill includes the provision that allows for these sales earlier. And now there's a mechanism with which, and it's coming, the Treasury will take this paper much quicker.
How did you get that done? Who were you talking to?
I'd probably prefer not to say on camera.
Very good. Let's go on the next slide.
Okay. I said it to a lot of people, but I'm not going to listen to Amos.
Joseph, go back. There were 2 slides on this. Because this was the insert that Chris got.
Oh.
Nope, we don't have
one
it.
more back. You want me to point it out? If you go back, I'll
Oh yeah,
to you.
point it out. Go back, Joseph. Was it the last one?
Let me see. Uh-oh. There it is. Let me see.
Is that it?
Well, the covered loan shall be eligible to be sold in the secondary market consistent with this subsection. But then you've got the first little triple I talking about during the covered period, the covered loan, it's affirmatively saying if it's sold on the secondary market, but if an investor declines to approve the deferral request by the lender under this clause, this is where I'm saying there's going to be a mechanism worked out there. Then
Right.
The administrator would actually purchase that loan at par from them directly.
Good for you on behalf of the industry to take care of that. Hey,
I'm sure there was others that were helping too.
Yeah, I think we missed a slide in there somewhere. But anyway, thank you very much. But I agree with you. That was great that you got that done. Lance, I don't know if you saw this, but SBA Cares now has a website for the new loan program. And we just did a screenshot on this, and that's
that's an E-Tran origination.
right. But they said they've already built that in there.
Yeah, it looks like it's already ready to go.
Hopefully it's scaled back a little bit with some of the required documents to upload, because I think that's going to be the next level. Yeah.
That's one thing, Chris, I've been concerned with. If we have to do all the same things we do on a 7A loan, it's going to cause these loans to go out.
But the promise is we don't have to. Katie, what's your Fraud Friday about this luxury car dealer charged at a $2.6 million loan fraud ring?
Right. So last week, Yugotsi Masirian was taken into custody by the California Department of Insurance. I'm probably saying that name wrong. He is a foreign national. I couldn't find exactly where he was from. I'm guessing either Armenia or Poland. But he and 3 others started a luxury car dealership in California, in which they claimed they were selling these luxury cars, stealing the identities of customers and applying for loans and lines of credit. And of course, these customers turn around and say, I never bought a car. and the police come after them, and Maserian decides to go on the run and hide, but not before spending some of the money in Vegas, wiring some money to Armenia, and laundering a lot of the money in two of their other fraudulent businesses. And they just recently caught him. Two of the co-conspirators were already caught and prosecuted, and one of his co-conspirators is still on the run, and we're not sure where he is.
And as I say, of the 5 C's of credit, character is the first C. This is what we're going to do next week. I have so many questions. We can do a whole Coleman Report live, and we'll schedule that for next week. I mean, we have, and because we want to answer them and take the time to do that. These are upcoming webinars. Lance is going to do one on April 1st, and then Lance is going to do servicing and deferments on the new rules. Chris, are you in on the 15th?
Sure. I'll check.
The reason why,
I'm happy
this
to
is my
help.
strategy. Lance is going to talk about where we are today, and Chris is going to talk about after the guidance is issued, how that affects you as a lender.
Fair enough. We'll do it.
And then we'll do the 2020 hotel and motel financing, which probably isn't on too many people's radars. But hey, we got some orders on that, so we're good to go. We're going to start our spring training. You can go back, Joseph. Boy, I don't know if the internet is slow or if Joseph's slow. There we go. These are our 4 courses that we offer. Lance's award-winning first place certified SBA 70 loan closer training. And he does loan servicing liquidation, and I do the loan underwriting and loan broker.
Bob, I don't have my plaque here at Radio Shack.
We've updated our media kit. If you're interested in sponsorship, send an email to Joseph. We'll be happy to get that out to you. We have several inquiries. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And that's where you send the questions. Thank you all very much. Have a great weekend. And
Rest up. It's going to get busy.
Talk to you Monday. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.